Hello and welcome back to our weekly program that is called The Wars of the Cinema. Today we have an special guest that is an acclaimed jury of cinema. He was an important critic of the Oscar ceremony the last year. And today we will talk about a specific and terrible movie that is called The Hunger Games, which has received a lot of criticism by this jury that is called David. Hi Chuck, how have you been? Thanks for inviting me to your program. Well, David, hello, how are you? Well, David, to begin with, why did you find this movie so bad? Well, to be honest, it's difficult to understand the main theme of this film, in which my understanding is no one other than the value that can be given to human life in times of crisis, or in times of where the problems where there is a source of problems. Uh, there is no resource in this movie. In my understand, the resource are limited. It takes place in a future world in which human beings are divided according to their race, economic power, and cultural degree. Nowadays, we can show that social inequality is a global problem. But frankly, I cannot find the relation that show us the Hunger Games with respect to these actual problems. This movie show us that the solution to this problem is to give people a sacrifice so that they kill each other and establish peace among the humans. And this is like a rare and a difficult topic that the movie talks to us. This is like the message that the movie developed, that is developed in all the movie. Or the second question, that is, the movie has great actors like Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson. Well, what do you think about the performance of these actors in the movie? The performance of Jennifer, as always, was superlative. Although I think she is a good actress to be playing this kind of roles, this kind of bad movies. I think that Jennifer's talents is lost, and this type of actions can end your career. She took a lot of risk to performance this movie. She won an Oscar, and I didn't understand why she played that role. And the other part, and in regard to Josh Hutcherson, in my opinion, this class of characters and movies and bad movies are a good movie to him, because he's a bad actor and these kind of movies come very well to his career. The third question, David, we have. Which do you think is the audience of these kind of movies? Well, Chuck, to answer this question, in my concept, these movies, this movie is for those people who are bored at some point and want like a kind of distraction for a while with the poor plot with which the whole movie take place at times. It's fun. Sometimes it's fun. You can catch in a few scenes, but at the end of 2 hours, you will leave a little sad, a little bored. I make a warming, an advertising, because this movie is not suitable for those who want a sense with a lot of adrenaline and those who are lovers of good movies. Why do you think that cinema is based on fiction books today? Well, Chuck, this is an interesting question. In my opinion, I think that usually happens since currently the cinema is a very competitive industry. There are too many productions studios, and the way to compete nowadays is through the fiction novels that have recently been successful and accepted by many readers. Is the only means by which they can capture the attention of the readers, and this obtains with this way they obtain more resources. The cinema has lost its sense of art. It has become an industry which is more interested in the economic, I think, nowadays. This is why movies like this come out, which are cheap adaptations of these novels, these books. Time is out. Thank you very much for joining us today in this short segment about the wars of cinema. I hope you will join us again in future programs. Thanks you, Chuck, for inviting me, and of course I will be here in another opportunity, in another future program, whenever you invite me, of course.